When I say black people, you say, yeah. Black people.
Yeah.
Black people.
Yeah.
We are the offspring of ancestors that refuse to die.
He sits to me like a tired old warrior contemplating his youth, of battles lost and won and of his search for truth. Imagining myself as him and traveling back in time to see America in technicolored black and white. When Ku Klux Klan burned crosses in the night.
Being lynched for whistling, being lynched for entertainment, being lynched for living, being stolen for profit, your life for ducats, money over morals, equity over ethics, American picnics, what do you know about being forced to build America, but not being allowed to share it?
That we have a history, and it's a history of freedom, not slavery. And that's what I want you to take away from this celebration today, that we are a free people.
For the millions of Africans chained to the slave ships, for the men's scars on the backs and faces by by the bullwhip, for the millions who jumped overboard, for the blood that poured on the shores of North America, South America, Central America, and Europe. And each ripple in the ocean is a grave for an African who refused to be a slave. For the millions who cut the cane, picked the cotton, whose names have been forgotten, whose flesh has rotten with the trees they hung us from. Cut off our hands, cut out our tongues if we played the drums. For the millions who were shot, hung, beat to death, tarred and feathered, boiled in oil, whiplash, backlash, Percocet, and thrown in the river. For the millions who were castrated, miseducated, segregated, integrated, legislated by the constipated. For the millions who've been lied to, denied to, vampire-eyed to, misguided to, we decided to. We decided to take a look at ourselves, to feel good about ourselves and the color of our skin and our coarse hair and these full lips and this Africa all inside our souls, still breathing the breath of God's in our lungs. Greatness is where we're coming from. For the millions who lived in, boycotted, picketed, cursed at, yelled at, like black's not where it's at. And we should be satisfied to ride in the back for Fannie Lou Hamer, for Rosa Parks, for Ella Baker, Assata Shakur, for the Malcolms and the Martins and the Deacons and the Panthers and Paul and Shay and Kunta Kinte too, for the millions who knew and for those who always known. No matter what, truth crushed to the earth shall rise again. No matter how many bullets, prisons, diseases, and death, no one can take our breath away.
No.
No matter how much liquor and crack, nothing can kill the fact that we are a divine creation. Started civilizations, built the pyramids and the Sphinx, taught the world how to pray and think, not to mention inventions we never got credit for. Nor the babies we raised, even when our own were ignored. For the millions would find their souls that burn so bright, and the strength of our will as dominant as the night, and the rhythm when we walk, and the rhythm when we talk, the rhythm when we walk, and the rhythm when we talk, even when we have nothing to say. We utter sounds that put color and spice in the day. For the millions who are ready to turn this thing around, who are tired of being tired and crawling on the ground. For the millions who are ready to turn this thing around, who are tired of being tired and crawling on the ground. It's time to return to our spiritual home and reclaim our throne and leave this American nightmare alone.
Even though physical shackles have disappeared, even even though nooses are no longer in use, even though we have an African-American president, racism continues to exist, and racism itself is a form of slavery.
Yeah, it is.
So we gather tonight to celebrate the end of slavery in the 1800s, but we gather tonight too to recommit ourselves to creating a world in which, in the words of Dr. Martin Luther King, people are judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. We gather tonight to recommit ourselves to creating a world in which all children are given the fertile soil to grow and be their best selves. We gather tonight to recommit ourselves to creating a world in which all are truly free. We do not have that world yet. And at the end of this evening, may we leave this place inspired by this beautiful and moving event to work that much harder to make real a world of justice. So it is an honor to be with you. Thank you for coming. May our hearts be open to one another, and may the work of our hands be blessed. Bless you all. Thank you.
Our call still for liberation. Our call still equal rights. Our call can never be suppressed, for history demands we must fight. We teach the story of 300 plus, so our children know their worth. The torch for freedom can never go out. In our hearts and minds, it must burn. Our quest is liberation. Our quest still equal rights. History demands we must fight. History demands we must fight. So 300 plus African voices can't be ignored as the torch of freedom ignites. As the torch of freedom shed light. As the torch of freedom shines bright. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
It's hard to be an artist full time. You see these young drummers. Dancers. I want to say to you young dancers, young drummers, practice. Practice makes perfect. But let me tell you what my mama used to tell us. Perfect practice makes perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
We are a people to be proud of. But we have to keep telling our children that they're not what they call nobodies, can't learn. They are geniuses. They are geniuses. They are geniuses. And we need to tell them all the time. I'd like to take this time, brothers, to say thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming out this year.